Hello everyone, my name is Emmanuel and I'm covering the topics of Bernini and his work on the Piazza Navona and the Cornaro Chapel. Gian Lorenzo Bernini lived from 1598 to 1680 and is more widely known for his work in sculpture and architecture during the Baroque period, which can be classified by cultural and religious changes from the Counter-Reformation. Pope Innocent X was head of the Catholic Church and ruler of the Papal States from 1644 to his death in 1655. He would commission Bernini to design a grand masterpiece for the newly renovated square in 1647 and complete it in 1651 in an attempt to attract people to return to Rome. Bernini designed a fountain with an obelisk rising above the river gods. The Egyptian obelisk adds a vertical element to the form, allowing visitors to direct themselves from this specific point. Bernini would also represent the connection between heaven and earth, again as in an attempt to return people back to the church. Today, the Piazza Navona is one of the most famous squares in Rome, and in the center is the Fountain of the Four Rivers, or the Fontana dei Quattro Fumi. The fountain represents four major rivers from the four continents known at that time: the Nile in Africa, the Danube in Europe, the Ganges in Asia, and the Rio de la Plata in the Americas. Each river god is depicted in a lifelike manner, with symbolic elements associated with the respective river. Piazza Navona itself is an expansive urban square that has retained its oval shape from the ancient stadium of the Dominion, which once stood on the same site. In addition to the Fountain of the Four Rivers, the square features other fountains, such as the Fontana del Moro and the Fontana del Nettuno. Around the same time in 1647 and 1652, Bernini would have been working on another sculpture in the Cornaro Chapel known as the Ecstasy of Saint Teresa. The chapel was commissioned by Cardinal Federico Cornaro, a member of the Venetian Cornaro family in the mid-17th century. He wanted to dedicate the chapel to Saint Teresa of Avila, a prominent figure in the Counter-Reformation. The chapel was designed by architect Carlo Maderno, and the sculptures, including the central group depicting the Ecstasy of Saint Teresa, were done by Bernini. The sculpture group depicts Saint Teresa in a state of mystical ecstasy as she experiences a vision of an angel piercing her heart with a golden arrow, symbolizing the intense spiritual union between the saint and God. The sculpture is known for its theatricality in capturing the intense moment depicted through such a soft impression. Bernini was faced with properly depicting Teresa as a newly acclaimed saint, as her stories were controversial at the time. Bernini's challenge was to show her as respectfully and non-misleading as possible. That's why he designed her as a passively controlled woman, while also framing the view by placing surrounding spectators, including witnesses, representatives of the church and state, cardinals, and a doge, designating the visitor to an assigned spot to experience the statue. The Cornaro Chapel at Santa Maria della Vittoria exemplifies several key characteristics of Baroque architecture similar to the moment from the Fountain of the Four Rivers, clearly capturing the dramatic event using innovations such as chiaroscuro, a contrast between light and dark, perspective, and heavy use of ornamentation, which gives Baroque that unique decorated style. Thank you.